This episode of DNews is brought to you by Audible. Is Facebook making you sad and lonely? The good news is you're not alone. The bad news is you kind of are, just, by definition. Hey guys, Tara here for DNews, and if you spend any time on Facebook, then you probably have that one friend or maybe several friends who posts way too much and overshare everything. Maybe you are that guy. Hey, I'm not here to judge. And while most of us are inclined to believe that boredom is what causes people to do that, it turns out the real reason may be much darker. A new study from researchers at Charles Sturt University in New South Wales finds that people who post excessive amounts on Facebook, including personal information, tend to be more lonely and depressed than people who don't. Researchers looked at data from 616 female Facebook users with public profiles. Half of them were categorized as connected, meaning they placed more value on face-to-face relationships, and the other half were women who would describe themselves as lonely in their latest Facebook wall posting. The goal was to see if there was some kind of correlation between self-described loneliness and the amount of information that one is willing to disclose on social media sites. Turns out there is a correlation. Personal information, which includes things like your favorite books, movies, quotations, etc., were publicly shared by 79% of women who described themselves as lonely, compared to only 65% of connected users. And this pattern extends to highly personal information as well. Almost 98% of these self-described lonely Facebookers had publicly shared their relationship status on Facebook, and they were also significantly more likely than others to publicly post their home address. Personally, I can't imagine why any woman would want to publicly share her home address on Facebook, but it happens, and researchers say that intimate levels of disclosure like that could point to signs of real-life emotional stress. The author of the study, Yeslam Al-Sagaf, says it makes sense that people who are lonely would disclose such information because it makes it easier for others to initiate contact with them, which may help them overcome their feelings of loneliness. Facebook depression is by no means a new concept. A study published earlier this year in the journal Social Influence found that many people's emotional health actually declined when they were being ignored on Facebook, with some users describing that their existence actually felt less meaningful when others did not like or share their statuses and comments. A different study from 2011 found that an overdependence on social networks can be harmful to one's physical and emotional health. It leaves people with feelings of loneliness, and it increases the social pressure to prove something to their online friends. I have been a Facebook user for almost a decade now, and this may have more to do with my age than anything else, but definitely seems like less of an emotional outlet now and more of a bragging tool where people just post all of the awesome things that happen to them, which I get. You don't want to be the guy who fills up your feed with nothing but negativity, but I can also see why it leads to a culture of jealousy and competition. Especially with sites like Facebook and Instagram now focusing more on photo sharing, it makes it so easy to glance at someone's profile and envision that their lives are so much more glamorous than yours, even when they aren't. But again, that is just my experience. I am sure it varies a lot by age and location and all kinds of stuff that science has not yet predicted, so I expect we will be seeing a lot more studies like this in the future. And hey, if Facebook is making you lonely and depressed, then just take a break. Get off the computer and read a book, or better yet, get on the computer and download a book. Audible.com is the leading provider of digital audiobooks, so if you need any cure for boredom, they have you covered. Audible has over 100,000 titles to choose from in every genre, from sci-fi to drama to comedy to business. Just download them to your iPod or MP3 player and you can play them back anywhere, anytime. Better yet, you can get a free audiobook download of your choice and support DNews in the process by signing up at audiblepodcast.com/DNews. And if you need recommendations, you should check out The Martian by Andy Weir. It is a fascinating novel about an astronaut who gets stranded on Mars and has to figure out how to survive there alone for 4 years. It's fiction, obviously, but it is absolutely worth reading. In the meantime, if you guys have questions, comments, or maybe some fun anecdotes about Facebook, just let us know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching.